Hey traders, it's Leaf West. Just an update on the market here on the 17th of July. So much like I talked about, the market did what I thought it could possibly do, which was to break above last Friday's high and fake out traders, get stops activated, get people who were short the market to cover, get people buying the breakout to jump on the market, and then it reversed right at this 1.272 target and has sold off basically since that point. So if you step back and sort of talk about what we were concerned about, how this leg up from the last low, the July 12th low, it's been one wave higher, right? Into the resistance. So here's 61.8, here's 50%. So it made it into that zone, and it hasn't. It did it with one wave. So I was saying how I was hoping that we'd get two waves up, and then I'd have a better sense as to the next move is being set up. So if this were to be what happens, so maybe we pull down today here, and then we pull back up and we make a slightly double top or something like that, and then we go pull back with two legs, and then we decide whether we break higher or break lower. So you can imagine this: if we pull back and we break and we bounce again and we fail to take this out, there are going to be a lot of people selling and shorting the market. And as we pull back into support of really this two-wave structure higher, and if support held and we started to move higher, you can imagine a lot of people will have abandoned the market and have shorted the market, and so that's what could cause a squeeze. Vice versa, we could just the selling could continue, and we could go to those bigger levels on the daily charts. So again, this is why I hate buying breakouts, because this action from today can happen. And if you look at, let me get rid of these lines. If you look at what today probably will have, if support is, here's 50% here at, well actually let's just see where the, where do I have support here, support now should go top of there. Okay, so 50% is right here at 134.41. 61 is at basically 134. So I'm thinking that we're going to do this kind of thing today. So we've made a move down. Now we're bouncing. Now I think we'll do this. And I think then I think we're going to get like I said, a bounce back up into this resistance area again. And then I think I want to get long here into support, and then take my profits as we get into resistance, and then assess where we're going to go. And so if I look at where this could possibly bounce to, again, it's pretty simple. You just draw in the fib retracements. So I'm thinking that basically around 135.60 we should get resistance, and then push down to 134. So that's that's a big enough trade to make it worthwhile. So that's what I'm hunting for, is I'm not gonna try and play this bounce higher, because it could bounce only to 135.39, which is a 50% resistance, and then turn over. The best way to play it is play the B to C. So if this is from high to A, back up to B, and then the C wave low is where I want to get involved long, and I want to get short on the B rollover. If we were to look at the daily chart, let's go to daily chart. Interesting thing to note is that we're still, momentum is creeping up right around zero now, but we didn't make a new low with this push down here 2 days ago. So it's just chop, right? But we are printing the second yellow candle. So there's a bigger move is going to come out of all this price action. So it's much like I was sort of noting at, or noting towards, with my Are You Ready Part 2 blog post from a couple days ago. And Let's look at the 3-minute chart, one last chart to look at. Again, here you see basically we're making lower lows, right? But you can sort of see here's A, B, C, and then we get the bounce, right? And so the resistance area again is 135.60, right? And if we were to look at this extension, basically the wave ended right where it should have ended today. So the move up higher here makes sense. So I'm not going to play, but I guess you could play the break of the 3-minute ATR line for a move up to 135.60, because in fact we could go back up and break through the highs of earlier today. But I don't, with the Fed chairman speaking and it kind of being dour, market not pumped about what he's saying, it's hard to believe that would happen. In fact, people were, I would say, were playing more for a break higher based on the price action from yesterday. There was no selling yesterday. No one wanted to sell. So this might be relieving some of that pressure. Again, I think we're going to do an A, B, C to a lower low. And we'll go from there. All right, guys. Take care. Talk to you soon.